Namaste and good evening all. I was asked to do a reading on Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. And it sounds like there has been or is a lot of unethical happenings surrounding this spiritual persona. And I do have an image of his yoga center up on my screen. He is still in body, so we can pick up whatever energy comes from his consciousness through this space that he has created. Okay, so that will work just fine. So let's go ahead and get started with this reading. Okay, so we will just start out connecting in with the energy around the yoga center, and as was said, by doing this we will connect with the consciousness of the leader of this space. Okay, so what I'm hearing is foundation. Now you can see this yoga center is stabilized on a very sturdy foundation. The feeling is that his teachings do not have this base of a good, strong, sturdy foundation, okay, which means they're not built on honesty and integrity, which is what is needed for good teachings to endure, because they have come from that clear consciousness, that pure consciousness. Okay, is this the case for this teacher? No. All right, and let's just get into a little bit more some of the concerns here, that these yoga centers or this one or more are built on some forest land illegally. Okay. Okay, so what the feeling is that these structures are built on areas in which something was violated, a contract or certain protocol was not followed. And what happens is this does put, if it's protected land or whatever, there's going to be things that are put more at risk. It could be whatever, the forest itself or the creatures or what have you, and there could very well be more than that. I'm not sure, but the feeling is there was a violation that did take place there. And then I'm also sensing, and this is also in here, that his teachings of this that come or flow from this individual are not coming from genuine knowledge. In other words, they are translated or copied, from another teacher, okay, or other sources. This, is not real uncommon for the ones that are come and they are not completed. Okay, so that's part of it there. And too, as we connect in here, there is a feeling that the ones that come here do feel like they do get some spiritual sustenance, and you can see it's resonating with a yes. Some, okay, but there is energy held within this type of structure. First of all, okay, you have the nature, you have this beautiful structure that holds energy, you have a lot around that are putting out energies, okay, and this happens, okay, even with teachers that are not genuine or that they've done unethical things. People can feel their energy. But what happens is the energy is not And you can see it saying no, even as I'm speaking, as this is coming. This is how these things work in union, really. It's not completely balanced. So whatever transmission is there may be felt, but in terms of how it endures, is it balanced? Are the right tools in place and the right foundation to keep it sturdy, to keep it upright, to give it life truly that endures? Okay, is this present with this teacher and what he's created here? No. Okay, that's how that works. All right, so this teacher has denied having a teacher. Now I'm just looking at some of the things that this person that asked me to do this has, some of the concerns. Okay, so this teacher, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, did he have any instruction in his life? Anything that he's, read and taken to be like a teacher that led him along? Okay, the answer would be yes. So is it true when he says he never had a teacher, or that he's been enlightened for many births? Is this true of him? Okay, it's not. Okay, there's a lot of other odd things, stops students from getting enlightened at the final stage, or from, if they get cities and psychic powers, don't use them, or just, the feeling is twisted views that are confusing. Okay, are they confusing for the students? Right, and so this is put out, could be to continue to keep him propped up, to keep people more in the dark, okay? Because, if they get those powers and use them, or if they get enlightened or completely awake, they may see through some of these, falsities or these lies that are put out here. Is this true? Is this part of this? Yes. Okay, so so we've got expensive courses. Now this is also another red flag, expensive online courses, and really you cannot learn this that way. You can't learn your way there. Okay, there's an unlearning about it. The teachers that have been genuine, for the most part, they aren't attached to this kind of thing here that we're seeing, all the ashrams, the money, the online courses. They're not at all. For the most part, they're very humble souls, that live just sort of, quietly ordinary lives within themselves, and their mind is still, and they're not looking to be propped up with all of these exterior things. All right, and you can just feel the difference. Now here, although this is beautiful space for people, I'm sure they've paid a pretty penny to come here. It's lovely and all, and even though something is created so perfectly beautifully, some of the words seem okay, the people are all excited and things, it still doesn't make it a genuine thing. All right, is this correct? Saying yes. And so one has to be very careful about these things. Okay, and sometimes people go there and just say, well, I got something out of it, and just try to shove the more unethical things aside, or their naggings within themselves about something's amiss, and keep going just to, for whatever they can get. And, this is also ignoring your own instincts. Okay, I'm not saying everyone felt that, but if you do, really pay heed to those instincts, and because it will not serve you well to go on a course that you feel that way about. You're better staying just within an ordinary life, and meditating on your own, and living an honest life until the right thing comes. This is just, what's coming here now. Okay, now we've got something that sounds quite serious. There's some accusations that he may have murdered his wife at 28. Now, the whole thing doesn't sound good, let's face it, but I can't say that I want to put out that he murdered his wife, but what we can do is look a little bit, or didn't, I just, that's just my choice, but we can look a little bit at Mahasamadhi and what is this about here? So so when one is awakened, do they always lose the body? No, they don't. Okay, not at all. Okay, so that isn't true. Can you become awake while still in body? Yes, of course. Okay, so this is called a Jivan Mukti. Okay, one that's fully awakened while still in body. Now, okay, so Mahasamadhi, many times those that are enlightened and then they pass, they call that a Mahasamadhi. Some may become enlightened at the time of death, but these ones have lived a life of surrender, sacrifice, been on a spiritual path for years and years. They can be younger. I mean, this one was 28 many times. They're older at 28 and a child. I mean, it just, it sounds very fishy to say that. And, that's all that I can really say in terms of, let's see if she did get, if she was fully awakened, his wife. Let's see if that's true. Right away, there's a big, strong no. Ooh, that's got a really creepy feeling. Was she fully awakened at the time of death? Did she go into Mahasamadhi? That's very, I have to say, strange, odd, and kind of creepy feeling, all right? But I'm going to leave that there and just know that whatever is put out around this Mahasamadhi, whatever information, or not just with this, the wife, but overall with, you have to lose the body to become enlightened. All of it, it's just nonsense, okay? What I happened to read a bit about it, is it nonsense? Okay, it's very big. Okay, this is the biggest we've seen it. It's nonsense, okay? Why do people buy this stuff? I don't know. Okay, this one, he has the looks, he has the, maybe the charisma, I don't know. I don't feel it. He's got the money, he's got, the words he thinks, and so many people can wield power this way, like allow themselves to do whatever they want, like, oh, I have this city power, and so this is why this is happening, and blah, blah, blah. It's just crap. It's crap. So please beware of this. This is not to say that there aren't sincere people that come to see him or in these situations, but sadly they can be taken advantage of. Some may get something out of it. Okay, good for them. If they still feel the honesty that's there, if they feel like this is done with good ethics and they really don't see the other, they're innocent to that, you can't blame them. Okay, so anyway, so then let's just put out the big question, okay, with Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. Is he genuine? No. Is he a con man? Okay, so it's going more towards con man. Is he enlightened? Is his mind completely still? No. So is he a benefit to humanity? You can see some kind of odd circular thing coming out more and more, okay? This usually is my yes, but it feels like something else is happening. It's kind of winding up, okay? Is he a help to humanity? Now it's going to connect in here. Okay, so he doesn't have the right structure in place. All right, he doesn't have the right tools to give out. He doesn't, he hasn't lived by his own words that he puts out, okay? He hasn't completed his own path that he speaks so much, tells others to complete. He does stop people from finishing their own journey. He has hurt others, okay, in one form or another. He takes, funds from people a lot and uses it, for his own selfish needs. Does he have genuine, does he really want to help humanity? Okay, so it feels like he may, okay, now it's going down, so let's see what happens. Okay, he tries, okay, he does try to believe this is true of himself in terms of his mind of, kind of trying to put that in his soul as much as he can and have that be what he is. However, there's, again, the right structures aren't in place, and this thing with his wife sounds very shady. This is just not a good thing at all. So, okay, so let's see if there's anything else that's really important to say as we connect in with this energy. Okay, okay, so we've got a lot of going down and meet yourself. Meet yourself in the forest of your own place is a feeling. Okay, no need to always find a companion. Live your life of truth, beauty, and peace. Don't worry about always having someone right there by your side, holding your hand, showing you this, how things are supposed to be. Hey, this is just speaking to ones that do gravitate to a lot of teachers, or some that are not, that are off balance. Okay, this is the teaching coming from that. Okay, claim your mind. Claim yourself. Be more in your heart, in your life, day by day, and come to know God is within all things. Okay. And if something, again, blemished, I'm hearing with this area, this feeling and consciousness that is coming from the energy of this teacher. Okay, so again, teachings have to be living. Okay, they have to be living. They have to be living in truth and balanced. Okay, living in integrity, living in the respect of energy, or Kali and Shiva energy, respecting that, respecting the laws of the universe, holding oneself accountable for one's actions, looking at that, bringing those in alignment with pure spirit. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so so anything else? Okay, so it feels like this is ending, and hopefully it sheds some light on this teacher. And people make really good choices there, and again, it's always okay to, you're better off walking a journey alone for a while, being your own best friend, and until you find something that really resonates as being genuine. Have a good evening. Bye now.